so far. So we got Dan Quinn just became the head coach of the Commanders. You got Brian Callahan, Tennessee Titans, Dave Calanesis, Panthers, Jim Harbaugh, Los Angeles Chargers, Mike McDonald, Seattle Seahawks, Gerard Mayo, New England Patriots, Raheem Mostert, Atlanta Falcons, and Antonio Pierce, Las Vegas Raiders. So I want you guys to tell me, who do you think? I want you guys to rank these coaching hirings. Who's the best hiring? Actually, I want you to rank it on who do you think will have performed the best next season versus the worst. That's how I want you guys to rank these going into next year. So anybody want to go ahead and start?
Oh, put Mike McDonald at the top.
He's going to have the best season.
That secondary he's about to have, and he's going to form that linebacking group because they already have Jordan Brooks. That defense is going to be serious. So all they got to do is have that offense just to keep going a little bit. And yes, it's a toss-up. I think it's either him or Antonio Pierce, in my opinion.
I rank them on the order. So you got who 1, who 2.
So I got Mike McDonald 1. I'll put Pierce 2. Put Pierce 2. Trying to remember all you said because those are a lot of names.
Brian Callahan, Dave Calanesis, Gerard Mayo, Raheem Morris.
Raheem's in Atlanta. I'm gonna go.
Who did Cliff Kingsbury go to?
He's an offensive coordinator, the Raiders.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Callahan 3 because he just picked up the offensive line coach of the Browns, who's his father, and I think that's their bread and butter. They're gonna get back to success with the Titans. I'll put most Raheem Morris 4 with the Falcons. 5, I'll get Dan Quinn in the DC. Yes, I'm putting him there.
You haven't said the name yet, so I'm just surprised.
6, I'm gonna say Jim Harbaugh.
I'm waiting on
6 is Jim Harbaugh.
I don't trust that roster next year. Maybe I'm gonna give him a couple years, but we're talking about next year, right?
Yeah, next year.
I don't think that team's gonna be that great next year. It's gonna take him a year. That's why I have it there. So that's my opinion. He's a great coach, though. Don't get me wrong, great coach. 7, Mayo, and the last I'll put is the guy that got the Panthers job. Did I miss anybody?
No, you got everybody. All right. Next, I want you, Leighton. I want you to go.
I don't see all the names on the docket.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Chubbs. I'm gonna go. McDonald 1, Mike McDonald. I definitely see him doing some special things out there in Seattle. Some coaches, like, for the most part, you can tell they love the game. I mean, and I'm just a little biased because he was in Baltimore, but like, he had us playing on a different level. Like, he's gonna be nice. 2, I think Jim Harbaugh. Personally, like, it doesn't really matter where he's been. He's a proven winner. Like, he's won almost everywhere he's been. Super Bowl in San Fran. Just got it coming off of a championship with Michigan. 3, I'll probably go Antonio Pierce. I like the Raiders roster wise. They got to get some more pieces, but I think Antonio Pierce is definitely the right guy for the job. 4, Callahan, that's for the Titans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely like him. He came from Cincinnati, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely think they're gonna, get back to what they know on offense for sure. Who were the others?
Raheem Morris, Dan Quinn. I forgot who the Panthers dude is.
I got Dan Quinn last. Just know that Dan Quinn is. I don't like him. He's terrible. What am I 4 or 5? I got Raheem Morris next.
You got Mayo too in Patriots.
Yeah, Mayo after Morris, and who's the last one? Who am I missing?
Panthers buddy. I don't even know his name.
Dave Canales.
Where'd he come from?
He was a Buccaneers OC this year.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably have him Canales at 7. Quinn at 8.
Joe, you want to go?
Yeah, I got Jim first. I think he's gonna have the most success with that Chargers team. I think that Chargers team has talent. I just didn't know what to do with it. And I think Justin Herbert needs a QB coach, and I think he's gonna have a better season with him, and that's gonna be a difference. Second, I do have Mike McDonald. I think he's going to have a good season with the Seahawks. Seahawks have a pretty decent defense. I think they want to get a quarterback. So I think they're looking for someone other than Geno. So if they get someone other than Geno in there, they can have a really good season.
Big Penix.
Well, third, I am going with Dave. I hired the Panthers. I think the Panthers have a better roster than what most people think, and I think he's going to flip things around. It's going to make some things shake, and also that division is not as great as we thought. With the best team in that division was 9-8, so they have a chance to probably win that division too. So I got him as that was third, right? Fourth, I got Antonio Pierce. I do think the Las Vegas Raiders are good. I would have had him above the Panthers, but I don't think he has a good enough QB at the time, and I think they're gonna get rid of him. They need to get rid. They need to get somebody else in there. Fifth, I am going with Jared Mayo. I think the New England they have some really good guys on defense. They can make some things shake. I don't know what they're gonna do with that QB, but I think I have him fifth. But then six, I have Raheem Morris, and then Callahan, and then I do have Quinn last.
All right. Smooth. Who do you have?
That was so funny.
nothing.
Yeah, first I got Jim Harbaugh. Former experience in the league. You know, when he fan, had a pretty good record. Chargers are a good team. I feel like the few pieces I think Jim Harbaugh come in there. That would just Herbert be able to compete in that division for a change. Mr. Chiefs, hopefully, you know, he's able to make their team better so they compete against the Chiefs. But I think he'll have the best season. Then I got McDonald after that. The Seahawks are already a good team. Lose too many pieces. I think they'll be right where they were 2 years ago. Be able to make a run. After that, I have Dan Quinn. Y'all got him low on y'all list. I got him high on my list.
I got him at 5 or 6, 5.
I think I said it last year, maybe. I think it was a coach away, a couple of defensive players away from actually being a solid contender. Dan Quinn being a defensive-minded coach, I think that will help with Washington's defense, getting better. I know they lost some, deep defensive linemen, which is when they started being actually terrible. Make some good draft picks. Got a number one, not a number one, but first round pick pretty high. So if they're able to get a quarterback, I think their offense will be pretty fine. So yeah, Dan Quinn is third. Then I have Antonio Pierce. For reasons much like the Seahawks, I think their team is pretty decent already. And then from there, just Callahan, Morris, Mayo. I don't think they're going to be good. The Patriots are going to be good just by hiring a coach. I think we'll start getting better in this process, but we still got some more pieces around us. And then I got just because the Panthers are trash already. Young team. But I think we can't compete with a young team in that division. So we'll see. But yeah, that's just my logic behind it all.
Dwayne, go. You're muted.
You guys hear me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like Dio, I think you guys are very much sleeping on Dan. Dan Quinn will have the best season out of all these coaches next year. He is going to have a season very similar to the Miko Ryans. This team is missing a quarterback. They have the second pick in the draft. I think two things are going to happen. They're either going to trade and get the first, or they're okay with getting either Drake May or Caleb. So that's going to happen. And I think both of those quarterbacks are going to fit with them very well. Another thing on top of that is this team has $62 million in cap space. A lot of room in the free agency. They could get a guy like Patrick Quinn if he doesn't want to leave the area, right? They could have a shot at getting a Christian Wilkins, Chris Jones. Got a shot at getting some offensive linemen, right? They need some offensive linemen, so they're going to use that to get some offensive linemen. Use some of their second round draft compensation to get an offensive lineman again. I don't know who their OC is going to be. Did they name their OC yet? They didn't, right?
No, they didn't.
I'm assuming EB's probably going to stay there still. They have weapons on the offensive side of the field. They have a great receiving room, good running back. They just need an offensive line. So I have them 1. 2, I have Mike McDonald. Just because the Seahawks are already a good team, I think that he'll be able to make this defense better than it was last year. And they'll be fine there. At 3, I got Raheem Morris. I think they're either going to trade for the first pick in the draft or they're going to get Justin Fields. And I think from there they will be fine. They got the passing game coordinator from the Rams to come over there as well. So they're going to have a quarterback with a Kyle Pitts, with a Bijan Robinson, with a Drake London. They're going to be just fine, right? And I think Raheem, he played well with that Rams defense last year. That outside of Aaron Donald, you didn't know who anybody else on that team. So I think he'll do fine with whoever they get. Furthermore, and they also do have a little bit of cap space as well. Also, then I got Antonio Pierce. I think Antonio Pierce is going to do a good job. Kind of built up the momentum he did last year as well. And they have $36 million in cap space as well, so they're able to make some moves and make some big shape. Jim Harbaugh, I want to trust him, but like Chubb said, I don't think they're going to explode just because they're in the negative in the cap. Yeah, they can make some room by releasing some guys, but that means they're going to have to get rid of Keenan Allen, get rid of Mike Williams. They're negative $55 million in cap next year. Khalil Mack is going to have to go. Probably Joey Bosa is going to have to go. They're going to have to pretty much revamp this entire team. The conversation next year with Justin Herbert is like, we're probably going to tank so we can get some more people. Right? Then I do have Brian Callahan. I think I'm flipping. I put Brian Callahan in front of them. I actually think the Tennessee Titans are going to be really good because they actually have the second most cap space after the Commanders. But they also still need a quarterback. Do we believe in Will Levis? Do we not believe in Will Levis?
I think Will Levis going to get 1 year with him.
And then I think
the answer.
He might be the answer, but we don't know yet. And then last, I have Dave Canales with the Carolina Panthers, just because that team is going to lose some pieces. They don't have their first round pick this year either, and they still aren't super high. I mean, yeah, they got $26 million in cap space. We'll see what they'll do. But I think next year will be. That's why I give him 6 years, because they know next year. His big thing is just being
year 3.
about.
He'll be.
Yeah, I think in 3 years, 2-3 years, they're gonna be like the Lions. I can see them having like a similar trajectory.
Stop talking about the Lions, man.
Oh, my bad, bro. Dang.
Hey, speaking of coaches, are y'all surprised Bill Belichick and Mike Vrabel are jobless?
That's what I was going to talk about next. What does that mean about Bill Belichick that he's jobless?
They don't. I feel like they don't like his philosophy.
I agree.
That might be it.
I feel like every team that's my bad. I'm here. Every team that interviewed them, that Bill Belichick passed up on him because I feel like his demeanor, his philosophy is probably much like that in New England, which I was just kind of like a military style. It seems like, and they want coaches who are younger who can relate to players. You know what I'm saying? You know that time where everything is suit and tie. I feel like the era is over as far as getting young players in the league, more generational players and stuff. So I don't know. I think that's why a lot of teams are passing up on him because I thought the Redskins would hire him. I'm sorry, the Commanders will hire him, but apparently not.
I was
He had two
actually
interviews with the Falcons.
surprised about
Pass
that.
up on him.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Do you think he deserved any of those jobs?
I mean, he hasn't. If we're being really transparent, like he really hasn't done much since Tom Brady. Maybe 1 year they made one
But that's still more
playoffs.
than any other coach has done in their career.
I understand that. Don't get me
Like-
wrong, but sometimes time is time. Like bro, like time that was the right time to move away from. Is all I'm saying. I'll be honest with you. The only one. I mean, I'm actually more surprised Vrabel got let go to begin with because he actually had very competitive games against really good football teams. Just one or two plays went wrong and the team took a L. The team really didn't play bad football. I was surprised he got let go to begin with, unless it was like maybe he was going to say, "I want to really resign, let me go." Maybe that's something internal happened there. But I was surprised he isn't on a team, or he got let go. I'm very surprised. Bill Belichick, I can understand. He's getting up and he's a little older guy, but he still is a great coach. I think what Bill's going to do, he's going to be on TV for a year. Sean Payton situation, he's going to be on the team next year.
Maybe.
It's not. I think it's really going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Same with Pete Carroll. Because Pete Carroll didn't really want to stop coaching. I think they want to just go youth movement.
But Pete Carroll's going to the front office, isn't he?
He is, but he made it known that like he kind of does want to still coach.
Yeah.
So I think it may be a momentarily he's in the front office until the right job pops up.
Well, all right, foreshadowing. What will be the right job next year?
I'll be honest with
Cowboys? Is it a Cowboys job?
For who?
Vrabel, Belichick,
Hot take.
Carroll.
If
And
Saleh doesn't do well,
they ain't gonna hate me.
if Saleh doesn't do well next season with Aaron Rodgers, he will get fired.
I'm saying this right now. If
And
the
that would
Ravens
be a
shit the
good
bed again,
opportunity for the
Harbaugh
Vrabel.
will be gone
Oh no, I agree. I'm not
because
that doesn't make me
2025 his contract is up.
mad. Yeah, that don't make me mad. Yeah, somebody gonna have to go.
So who would be there? Out
I
of
think
those three coaches.
I think it would be Bill. Bill's from Annapolis.
No, Bill's going to Dallas.
Bill's from Annapolis.
I think it would be a mistake for you guys to bring in Bill Belichick.
I don't think it. I don't
Maybe.
want him, but I think that he would get it.
Detrimental to his career.
It will be Vrabel before it be Bill.
I think one of those three. If Philly doesn't do well next year, I feel like that might be an open spot as well.
Vrabel might go to Philly.
Yeah, I can see one of them there.
He would fit their whole mantra.
I think Vrabel will fit with the Jets. Honestly, Saleh get out of there. You know, be a good fit for him.
But Aaron Rodgers would be gone.
I'm just saying, if they don't have a good season, they're going. I can still see them putting Vrabel in that situation and they getting a quarterback. Because that team is still young.
Mm-hmm.
Vrabel is on the younger side than those guys that don't have a head coaching job right now. So I can see him probably relating to that team more, and I know they like him defensively. So and that's also a defensive team. I think it would be a really good fit for him. But Saleh's still there, so we'll see.
Hey, what if Bill goes to Buffalo?
I would hate that.
You think Bill will go to Buffalo?
I would
What
hate
if-
if Bill and Vrabel
I think
come.
I think Sean
No.
McDermott is treading water just like Harbaugh is. Like if the teams that are supposedly great teams keep failing in the playoffs every year, teams usually part ways after like 3 or 4 years in a row of doing that with their head coaches.
I think all the teams that fired their
Because you have
coordinators
expectations
during the season, those head coaching jobs are in jeopardy.
Yeah, I could see McDermott not being the coach after next year.
And I feel like we don't talk about how the Bills' offense got worse after they fired their head coach. I mean, their offensive coordinator.
Do you think it got worse?
I think it got. They start scoring.
Some people say it got better because of how many touchdowns they were scoring.
Yeah, the running game was working better, but did we see Josh Allen was winning games like from the skin of his teeth sometimes, man? And
I get it.
The passing game wasn't as great as it typically
That was true. The run game was better.
Yeah,
Hey, but speaking of that, you don't even know what that team's gonna look like because after that game, Diggs committed to Buffalo and then comes out a couple of days ago. He's like, I don't even know what my future is in Buffalo.
They're restructuring his contract. That's what I've heard. So
sometimes you do that. You trade people. I'll be honest with you.
I heard they're restructuring his contract, but I mean, they have a lot of people. They have about a lot of free agents they need to sign. They're under the cap, so
yeah.
I don't know if that's a good situation for anybody.
Yeah.
Over the cap. I mean, over the cap.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I do want to touch on this Arthur Smith hiring for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I want to get everyone's thoughts on the Arthur Smith hiring.
I don't think it was the best, but I think it was good.
Elaborate.
I
loved it.
I don't think it was the best, but I think it was good because I think Arthur Smith can make some things happen, man. I think he's I don't know what was going on.
He can make stuff happen.
I don't know what was going on in Atlanta. I don't know why he wasn't putting his best players in the best situations, but we've seen him coach other places where he has done that. So I'm just saying, I don't know something was just going. I don't know if it was front office. I don't know. Maybe something going on with the players. I think there was just some type of disconnect there because it was weird. We all were looking like, why is Kyle Pitts not doing where he's supposed to be doing? Why are they not running plays for him? So for me, I think there was something personal over there. So I think over here, he has a running back. He has a capable receiver that can make something. He has two capable receivers, I think, that can ball out with him. The big question mark is who's your quarterback?
Kenny.
That's the question mark. I think he will devise up some plays to get Najee in a better situation running the ball in the beginning of the season. I'm tired of seeing him trying to ball in half of the season, the second half. And I think there's definitely some pickups the Steelers need to make, of course, for him to be successful. But I think it was good. I think the players fit his scheme pretty decently.
I think it was all right for the Steelers. I get it. Yeah, when he was offense coordinator, his offense were really productive. But hell, if I was the offense coordinator and Derrick Henry was running for 2,000 yards and we got play action game with Tannehill, my offense is going to be a top 5 offense. You had prime Derrick Henry. What are you shaking your head for?
Tannehill threw for 4,000. AJ Brown.
That's great.
1,000.
He still threw it for 2,000. It's all right. We all know, pass game works when you have a good running game. Motherfucker ran for 2,000 yards with the great O line. Okay, all right. Najee's good. I was shitting on him. He had a end of the year great. He had a good season overall because you had to have 2 halves. He had 1 half, like Joe said. I need to see both halves of this year. But he's not prime Derrick Henry. And that line isn't that Titans line. That's what you need to work on. That's all you need to work on. Get that line going. Yeah, then you have Arthur Smith cooking because then you got Najee having carries, Jaylen Warren having carries. Now Kenny's killing or whoever it is with play action to your tight end. Then you're hitting it to George Pickens. I only think one receiver is going to really cook, and the other one's going to have like 600 or 700 yards. I don't see them both being 1,000-yard receivers with Arthur Smith because he's a run guy. They're running the ball. The tight end might, though, because it's not Kyle Pitts. So I don't know. I guess it's a good signing, I guess, for what you guys are trying to accomplish. But I'm not scared of Arthur Smith going there being the offensive coordinator as a fan of a team that's in the division. So are we talking like he's going to have a top 10 offense next year?
I didn't say that.
I'm sorry. I'm asking
I
Wayne.
don't believe in that quarterback.
You
so
should
I
be
don't
worried
care.
about Arthur Smith because he cooked you guys as offensive coordinator before. That's a
Derrick
fact.
Henry.
He cooked you guys as an offensive coordinator.
Derrick Henry cooked this.
So I love this hiring. Actually, I believe some guys are bad head coaches with great coordinators. Steve Spagnuolo is one of Spags was a terrible head coach, one of the best DCs ever. Josh McDaniel, terrible head coach, really good OC. So I think this is good.
Terrible.
You said what, Spoon?
I say, yeah, McDaniel definitely was terrible.
Terrible, And I like what we're gonna do. A lot of the personnel that we're gonna have out there. We're getting back to Pittsburgh sport football, running the ball, playing some great defense. AJ Brown had 1,000 yards multiple times with Arthur Smith. Tannehill had a resurgence in his career that no one thought that he would have. So I think he's probably going to utilize Deontay Johnson in the slot more. For some reason that Canada couldn't do that. Doesn't make any sense. And I just think it's going to demand a lot of greatness. Do I think we're going to have a top 10 offense? Maybe. I think we might be a little bit outside of it, though. Top 12. And top 12 offense with that defense that we're going to have, that we always have, is a very, very dangerous Pittsburgh Steelers team. So as long as we're top 16, top 15 in the league in offense, it's hell to praise for the rest of the league.
You go from 12 to 16, 15.
Hey,
No.
I
said about that. I truly think we're going to be 12 or better.
I better not see no off-season tweets when you guys sign Ryan Tannehill about he's about to cook this year.
No, back up. He's going to be back up. We'll probably end up a Russell Wilson. But I think he liked what he did with Marcus Mariota. So Justin Fields, possible. We will see. We will
Leighton,
see.
you didn't get to say anything. What do you think about there, guys? You scared about that shit?
I'm not scared, but I'm also like, for the Steelers and for their perspective, like anyone's better than Matt Canada. So I definitely see it as an upgrade regardless. You guys kind of said everything, kind of hit on the head. I definitely think that they'll be running the ball a lot more. If the Steelers can get their O-line right, they could definitely, be pretty solid. As much as I hate to say that, but yeah.
George Pickens gonna be fighting Tomlin on the sidelines week 4.
Why would he be fighting him?
He gonna be fighting Arthur Smith then. Somebody get in the fight.
See, I don't like that when he had 1,000-yard receiver and AJ Brown twice.
That's not going.
What did Drake London do?
As long as Mason Rudolph, their quarterback.
Why are you telling me about somebody who's a head coach and a bad head
He
coach?
was Art Smith was running
bad
plays.
Head coach.
Art Smith was
He was
calling
a
the plays.
bad head coach.
Art Smith was calling the
more than
plays.
just run plays. You have to run the game. Your head not into completely the offense. It's just a fact. You're a head coach.
Okay.
So when you're a head coach, of course, you're gonna have several games. But like I said, yeah, you already tried to say that. A lot of people say Bijan Robinson didn't do anything, but he had 1,500 total yards and touched the ball 3 less times. And fucking Christian McCaffrey.
Give him the ball in crucial moments. Is all I'm saying.
On a daily basis, on a gamely basis.
Give him the ball in crucial moments.
He already had 1,000 yards receivers on his team. Yeah, I think Kyle Pitts was his only malpractice. Outside of that, Jonnu Smith balled out this year. So,
shall see.
And Drake London also had a really good rookie year with them too. So
This year he was lackluster.
Like people are judging him off of Desmond fucking Ritter. Desmond Ritter.
He got Kenny Pickett.
He's better than Desmond Ritter, unfortunately. And Mason might be our quarterback. Who's better than both of them? So yeah. And Drake London had 900 yards.
Not 1,000.
That's a good rookie season.
With Marcus Mariota and fucking Desmond Ritter.
That is a good rookie season.
That's a good rookie season.
For a
That's what Rasheed Rice
Listen,
had.
what do you have this year?
Rasheed Rice
What
had a good rookie
do you have this year?
Yeah, he did the same thing this year. He had 900 yards this year.
Okay.
Again, with Desmond Ritter
So he's average.
and Chris Heineke.
Chill on
Yeah,
Heineke.
everybody like Desmond Ritter is great too. Like, what did he do with Desmond Ritter? Motherfucking slow. He's slow.
Yeah.
He a rookie. Well, yeah, so,
He's not a downfield big play threat. And he's
I don't know, man.
with George Pickens, what she had with AJ Brown. So yeah. Miss me with all this Arthur Smith hate. And when we continue this win streak against the Ravens, I will be back. Talk some more shit.
Okay.
Just so you